Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Source and Company. I am your host, Source, of course. As always, you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter, or Instagram and Twitter at Smitty Source on both of those. You can follow the Source and Company podcast Instagram, which is Source NCO, Source, the letters NCO, podcast underscore RVA. And you can subscribe to the Source and Company YouTube channel, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts for all the latest in Source and Company material. All right. Appreciate you. So today's company, episode 41, is my guy. So we met back in the day. I ain't gonna say back in the day, it wasn't that long ago, probably 15 years ago, max 15 years ago, playing flag football. We were teammates in flag football for all that time, and been up and down the state of Virginia to West Virginia, Maryland, all around playing flag against other teams. But little did I know this man had a hidden talent or a hidden passion for writing. Not only writing, but writing poetry. I would have never guessed that until a few months ago when he told me he was writing a book. And it is done. My man has the Stages of a Man. Well, Stages of a Man is the title of the book. And his name is Kevin Allen Sr., AKA Lil Kev. What up, bro?
What up, Mike? What's going on?
Ain't nothing, man. Ain't nothing. How you feeling? How you feeling that you created a book, man? You created a work of art.
Man, it's surreal. I just can't believe it. I still can't believe it. I got a box, a book in the living room, and every day I walk by it, I'll be like, wow, it's just like unbelievable, man.
Yeah, you did that, man. I'm proud of you. I told you I'm proud of you. And I've always said I wanted to write a book. I've said it, I mean, maybe not always, but I've wanted to write a book. And then I get into the process and I'm like, man, I don't even know where I'm going with this. I'm never going to finish it. So I got a book sitting. One day it'll come out eventually. But you actually went start to finish, book of poetry, Stages of a Man. And I'm proud of you, man. Completion.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the support everybody gave me. When I told them it was coming, I got positive feedback. And then when I was like, it dropped, the support, people, buying copies from me, they going on Amazon to get it. So, I definitely appreciate that.
Well, we're going to get into the book a little deeper in a few minutes, man. But, like always, I got to dig into your background and all that good stuff. So let's take it back a little bit, if you don't mind.
Word.
So you are a Richmond native, right?
Yes, sir.
Born and raised in Richmond. And
yes, sir.
Hey, what neighborhood? Did you always live in the same neighborhood when you growing up?
Well, when I grew up in Northside, I was born in Northside, area called Dodge City. That's off of North Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was in maybe the fifth grade, we moved to Jackson Ward. So from that time to, when I graduated high school, I was, living in Jackson Ward, Gilpin Court. Shout out to Gilpin Court, Jackson Ward.
Word. You have one sibling, right?
Yep, one brother, 4 years older than
me. How was that experience? Because y'all, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing, but y'all are not the biggest dudes on the block. So y'all.
That experience was good. Actually, now I'm taller than him. You know what I'm saying? For as long as he's been taller than me, but because we went to college together too, and when I got to college, I shot up. I'm just 5'5", so you can imagine me saying shot up. I probably was like 5'2" or something, But that experience was cool. What's great about it is I wouldn't say I was living in the shadow, but I was following in his footsteps. So, my friends became his friend. Well, his friends became my friends. Especially the friends that were in between the ages of him and me. I ran track just like he ran track and stuff like that. So it was a good experience. I enjoyed it.
Word. So you mentioned track. I know you ran track and ran track and cross country. You did TJ had a cross country team?
Yeah, man, we had a cross country team. Coach Holder, man, he put his magic on it, man. We was decent, man. We was the best city school
Word.
in the city. Couldn't nobody mess with us. We was nice, man. The county schools, the only team that really gave us problems was Douglas Freeman. Everybody else, man, we put the business on it. They weren't expecting it, but yeah, we had a cross country team.
Wow. So you did cross country and track in high school,
Yeah.
and then you went to college and did the same thing?
Yep, went to college at Christopher Newport University, ran cross country and track. I actually ran there for 2 years, but they had some coaching changes. And then after my second year, I was like, well, I'm gonna just stop at this point and concentrate on my studies and other stuff.
And you actually did, as it says on the back of the book, which I did not notice earlier. You did earn your degree in science. That science degree in governmental administration in 1998. What led you down that route? What
Well, I wanted to be a lawyer, a trial lawyer,
really?
when I was in high school, right? And I wanted to go to Hampton actually. Um, and I wanted to be a trial lawyer, but I was also, into track and cross country. So when I used to be in, they used to have meets in Newport News. And when I was in high school at Christopher Newport University, my brother was running there. So Friday and Saturday was the meet. So I'd go there on Friday and run like the 3.1 miles on the track. But then I would stay with my brother. And then I got to know his friends that ran there too. And they'd be like, you sure you want to go to Hampton? We going to the Nationals next year. You sure? So I was like, I ended up going in. We went to the Nationals my freshman year.
Ah,
And in the national championship.
really?
Yep.
Care, come on, bro. Like,
Yeah, ran it, and it was surreal. It was just like Division 1, even though seeing you a Division 3 school, it was like, man, that atmosphere was crazy.
how? See, this is why I enjoy doing the interviews, because I always find out stuff about people that I actually know that I would not know any other way. Because there's no, I mean, after all these years, you've never said it before, but now I'm finding out that, I mean, I knew you ran in college, but the national championship part, I definitely did not know. That's crazy.
Yeah, man, it was great.
So what led you down the road of writing? Like, was writing a thing that you did? Was it a passion even back then?
Yeah, so I started writing maybe my second semester of my freshman year. So a lot of that writing was because I'm kind of a private person, which explains why why you probably don't know, you was like surprised by, the national jank, and it was a way for me to, how you keep stuff bottled inside you.
Absolutely.
It was a way for me to release it and get it off my chest. So that's why I started writing poetry.
So was it always poetry, or did you write other, like, did you try short stories, and did you ever have the idea of writing a novel or anything like that?
No, it was always poetry, because I like the rhyming schemes and the wordplay and things like that.
Mm, 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 mm. So we got Stages of a Man.
Yes, sir.
So on the cover, it says a collection of poems about life and love from a man's heart and mind. And there are three pictures on the front, three illustrations as part of the front cover. Tell me about the pictures.
Right. So the first picture is basically the first chapter, and that's the becoming. So the becoming is about your experience from when you're born until when you're a teenager, all the experiences you may get, whether it's, relationships, um, just random stuff that you come across. The second picture represents the second chapter, which is the wilderness. And I chose the wilderness because once you become a teenager, you just, you thrown out there into the world to experience what what you're gonna do. You hit college, you on your own,
Mm-hmm.
So during that time, you experience, a higher level of things, serious relationships and things like that. The last picture, you could go kind of any way, but for me, I'm more drawn to like the dark poetry. So this, I decided to emphasize on like heartbreak and like hurt and pain and stuff like that. And the last chapter is called Anguish.
Mm.
So on each chapter, when it begins, you're gonna see each picture on the beginning of the chapter.
Wow, that's deep. That's deep. So you could have gone anyway with the after, I guess, after college and becoming an adult, and you went anguish.
Yeah, anguish. I just, for some reason, like, I don't like, I'm not drawn to like happy writing for some
Yeah.
reason. Not that I'm a sad person, but
Right.
I'm just more interested in like that dark type of writing. And then like for the pictures, you can see like the first picture is not a full face or a full head. So that
Mm-hmm.
shows basically the inexperience. You're not like you don't have a full personality there.
Gotcha.
The second stage, you have your full, outline of your head. So you know who you are, you know what type of personality you have. So at this point, you got the type of basic person that you are.
Mm-hmm.
Then the last one, self-explanatory, the anguish, he on his knees, like with the negative experiences that you encounter throughout both of these stages.
That's crazy, bro. Like without, I mean, I love the explanation. I love the explanation. Very detailed and yeah, I wouldn't have expected it. I would not have expected it. Did the anguish, the choice of anguish, you said is because that's the type of poetry you like. Do you think
Right.
like negative uh, life experiences led you to that, or is it just like because? And I'm gonna talk to you about your favorite rapper at some point in time, but I'm gonna guess that your favorite album is the second one. We ain't gotta talk. We ain't gotta say who it is right now, but I'm gonna tell you that the second album is your favorite one.
Yes, sir.
I knew it. So it kind of goes with the theme. It kind of goes.
Yes. I didn't think about that. I
Interesting.
didn't think about that. Good. Yes,
That's why I'm
yes,
here, kid. That's why I'm here.
yes.
Wow. Okay. Man, I wanna know more about the anguish part. But for real, is it like life, like seeing? I mean, because being a man is not easy, and nobody feels sorry for you in most cases. And I wonder if the fact that men, a lot of times we say men don't talk to each other or men don't have anybody to talk to, blah, blah, blah. I wonder if that kind of plays into the anguish part and how it can affect one's, I guess, psyche or outlook on life.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think women, they have more people. They have other women friends that they can talk to and get things off their chest. Men, when you have certain issues, you can't go to other men because if you want good advice, you go to me, in my opinion, you got to go to a woman for good advice, even if it's just a woman friend. That's just me. Or if you got that friend that, and they're rare, if you got that friend that's their morals are intact and they're gonna give you an honest opinion without judgment and let you know, hey, you're wrong. You shouldn't have did that. But that's more of a woman's character to do something like that. So I think a lot of men, there are a lot of men out there that feels that darkness in them maybe, but they can't express it because they're not going to go to their boys because the boys typically gonna be like, man, go ahead, man, don't even, man, you crazy, man, you doing, how guys talk,
Turn it
but
into a joke.
right, but you got those guys out there that are true, like legit guys that don't roam the streets, that's not in the life or whatever, that are good, genuine dudes that need some type of advice, and need somebody to talk to or some guidance to help them through certain situations.
Mm. Yeah. I say I don't. I mean, personally, I don't mind sharing whatever to a certain extent, and
Right.
and that's with whoever to a certain extent. But it's rare that you have somebody that you can trust with all the stuff that's in the back of your brain, you know,
Yeah.
even in the front of your brain, but you just have to push it to the back because you don't know how
Yep.
to respond to it or how they gonna look at you crazy or you know,
Mhm. Yep. Yep.
especially
Exactly.
especially a man, you got to be a man in some people's eyes. You know, it's a lot to it, and not
Hmm.
don't have the same issues or the same level of issues. It's just different. It's just different.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, excuse me. So, how did you get to the point of actually doing this book, man? Like I said, I have had the idea of writing a book, and it just never gets finished. And I mean, lots of people, we all think we can do everything. Like lots of people think they can do a lot of things, and then we start doing it, and then we never complete it. But this had to take some effort. Like you had to make a conscious effort to finish that joint. Even if you had poetry, even if you had poems stacked, you still had to make a conscious effort to choose joints to use, put them in whatever order, and come up with this book. So how did you get to this point?
Right. So, it took a couple of years. I was like, you know what? I'm going to write this book. And as I write stuff, I used to share it with friends, even my wife, and they give me positive feedback and was like, what you doing with it? I was like, well, nothing now. I'm just, just writing. They was like,
Right.
well, you got talent. You need to do something with it. You need to write a book or something. So finally I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop being lazy, stop procrastinating, make time for it. Because my excuse was I don't have time, which is, you can always find time to squeeze in there to do something. So I did have, like you said, I did have some stuff stashed. I had to go back and edit a lot of stuff because some of it was old. So
Mm-hmm.
as you get older, you progress in your writing and you read something and it's like, you're going to change it because you're older and you're wiser now. So I just, my wife was kept getting on me saying, when you gonna get it out? My friends, like, what you doing? What's up? What's up with the book? Like what you like. I talked to you like weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, let me get this. I didn't want to rush it though, because when you're writing, you don't want to. It has to come from here.
Right.
So I can't like now just sit and write something. I have to feel it.
Mm.
So then I just finally, got everything together. Things came to me in my sleep. I woke up in my sleep, got up, went and wrote something, go back to bed because I know in the morning I'll forget it.
True. That's
Yeah.
true. That's dedication though, man. Because you know, I not that long ago, I told my wife, I don't know if I had a thought or something came to me in the middle of the night, and I was like, it's fine. I'll remember it in the morning. And I remember going back to sleep and it coming back to me again in the middle of the night still. I'm like, I'm good. Woke up in the morning, don't know what it was, don't know what it was about. It used to happen when I used to rap. It would happen all the time. I have an idea for a song, but I wouldn't even be conscious. I wouldn't even be. I'd be asleep. It would be like not necessarily a dream, but
Mm.
I guess a dream. You know, lyrics in your mind, and then you're like, "Yo, that's dope." Yeah, wait, when I wake up, then you wake up and then you're just like,
That's like, where it go to? The dream bubble done pop. You like, oh, where
exactly.
it at?
Yep. Try to put the
Yeah,
words back together. Nope, ain't none of that coming back.
yeah. Yeah, you just got to get up and go ahead and when you in the bed relaxing, you don't want to get up. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to do it in fear that you're not going to remember it.
That's real. That's real. The fear of it going away should be enough to push you to
Yeah,
get up and put it down at that moment.
yeah,
That's real. That's real. So I mentioned rap, and I already mentioned that about your favorite MC. So just go ahead and tell people who's your favorite MC, Kev.
my favorite MC of all time, and can't nobody tell me otherwise. You can, I'm, I'm, I'm not by. I won't turn my head. I won't give up. I won't. No, Redman, aka Reggie Noble, aka the Funk Doc, the best artist of all time, in my opinion.
Wow. And I mentioned earlier the second album because the second album was called There is a Dark Side. And you were talking
Yeah.
about the anguish and the darkness. And that was a dark album. Like it was a heavy album, not dark like it was sad or anything, but it was
Mm-hmm.
a heavy album sonically. And it just clicked in my brain when we were talking. I was like, oh yeah, there's
Yeah.
the side.
And I never thought about that. And when you mention that, it makes sense because that is my favorite Redman album right there. The beats, and he basically produced like 90% of that himself, you know. So and just the lyric, the remind me of kind of like Bob Deep a little bit, how they, even though they was after him, but
Mhm.
that darkness just attract, and it does play a part in that chapter right there.
That's real. That's real. Wow. Man. So Redman is your favorite artist. There's a Dark Side is your favorite album. Hmm. Are you a hip hop head? I mean I know the answer to this, but what would
Yeah,
what would
I
you
love
say
it.
is your choice of music?
What's my choice of music?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a '90s dude. I'm like stuck in the '90s. I can mix some. I'm very like specific about my music.
Hmm.
Some of these new people, I wouldn't even give a chance. Even if somebody tell me they're good, I just can't do it. The only new people that I may listen to, I give Migos, I gave them a shot. I kind of like their style. They cool.
Right.
Uh, Migos cool. J. Cole, I'm a big fan of too. I'm a very big fan of J. Cole. Um, Other than that, man, I'm '90s all day. I can rock There's a Dark Side back to back, Grave Diggers. I can rock that back to back. Jamali G. I'm a Def Squad fan, as you can see.
Yeah.
Keith Murray, Biggie, Nas, Jay-Z first album, yeah. Jay-Z first album. You know what's funny about Jay-Z though? I
Sure.
was a big Jay-Z fan. When their presidents came out before the album,
Mm-hmm.
brother can tell you this. Couldn't nobody tell me nothing about Jay-Z. He was my dude.
For real.
Yeah, I was a big Jay-Z fan up until maybe after his third album. After that, I
You
couldn't mess.
you are a Jay Z abuser though, kid. Killing Jay Z.
Yeah, yeah.
So you straight turned on that man.
Yeah, I guess I did turn my back on him.
What
Yeah.
happened?
To me, it's like he changed. And when I tell people that, their excuse is like, well, he grew in his music, but it's not the music. He changed as a person to me. Like he
Hmm.
became more arrogant to me. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't rock with him no more. He won't humble like he was when he first came out. That's why I love Redman. He always humble. Regardless, he's always humble. You know what I'm saying? But Jay-Z like took it to a different level to me. And I was like, no, I can't rock with this dude. Now I'll listen to him if it come on the radio, but I won't, like YouTube and play his stuff and nothing like
Dang, Kim. I already
that.
knew this. We have this argument, not argument, discussion. We've had it over the years at different tournaments and just randomly. Yeah. So I understand your not for Jay Z and your love for Redman. You have to love Redman though. If
Yeah.
nothing else, then his consistency and he never changed, which is, I mean, you said Jay Z changed, and it kind of speaks to the same thing uh, between the darkness and the never changing thing. Because you mentioned Grave Diggers, Mob Deep, and that's all dark. It's all dark and heavy.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. And so it's Marley G album, one of my favorite albums too. Last Chance, No Breaks.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of dark. You know, it don't really have no up tempo type of stuff in there.
So dark and lyrical is
Yeah, yes, dark and lyrical, which is kind of what this is. The wordplay with the lyrical and being kind of dark and not a lot of like happy go rainbow type of, you know, poetry up in here, you know. So
hey, I mean, it is what it is, bro. You know, if that's how you feel. I mean, and of course, there's a lane for everything. It's lots of dark poetry over the years. You know, not everything is all happy, and you know, like movies, for instance. Like you see your movies, and they are happy at the end. What kind?
mm-hmm.
What's your favorite movie?
Oh,
Don't give me
I
no,
love Finding
fake
Forrester.
answer.
Finding Forrester is one of my favorite movies.
Stop playing, Kev.
Yes.
Stop playing. Are you serious?
Yeah. Yes, sir. I watch it every time it come on. If it's like, I love Finding Forrester. It's so deep. That's a deep movie.
That is my third favorite movie of all time, bro.
Really?
Yes, yes. It's Friday, Coming to America, Finding Forrester. Yep.
Okay. My
That's
three,
crazy.
I probably would say is Finding Forrester, Shawshank Redemption, and shoot, I wouldn't even know what the third one is. There's so many, but those are my top two right there.
Hey, I so I mean, I think it was as far as Finding Forrester. I think it was the fact that it was about writing that was heavy to me. I was like, it's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Writing and basketball as well,
Mm-hmm.
and it took place in the hood. It was like it was all of it together, and Busta Rhymes was in that joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I just said the other day, I was like, I don't know if Finding Forrester is still my number three, but I don't have another movie to put there. So I gotta say
Right.
Finding Forrester is still, still third because I've always said that. Friday Come to America, Finding Forrester. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I love Coming to America too, man. That was my jank right there.
You got no comedy, Cal. You okay? You need a hug, bro?
The third one might be a comedy. The third one might be a comedy. I just can't. It's so many that's close because Old School was funny. Friday was funny. You know, Coming to America was funny. I'm a fan of Home Alone 1 and 2, man. I can watch those two like back to back. I was watching Home Alone 1, man, you know, with Joe Pesci, who made the movie. Both, you know, so yeah, I do got some comedies that I love too.
That's my youngest daughter, Jada's favorite Christmas movie.
Home Alone.
One. Yeah, we actually
Home 1, yeah.
4 years ago
That
they
spider got on him.
yeah. A couple years ago, they had the 25th anniversary, and they had it in the theater for like I don't know if it was for just the one day, but we went. Yeah, she would not let that day go past without us going to see that movie. So she and I went to see that joint in the theater about maybe 4 years ago, or 5 years
Okay.
ago.
Dang, I wish I would have known it came back to the theater. I would have
Yeah,
went to see that.
yeah. So I got to bring up uh, football just because I don't talk to people about current events because I dig. I mean, like we've been talking. Oh, by the way, before I get into that, I like it. I like that sweatshirt you got on.
Yeah, this is my little cousin Ernest Purval. He on Facebook too. He got a anti-bullying campaign going on. It's called Bully. Be unique, live life intelligent. So he got this going on. He came up with this concept when he was incarcerated. You know, he got out. He had his business mind. Now he has this all patent. It's legit. You know, he the CEO of his own company. He got kids working for him, selling the merchandise, modeling the merchandise. So, you know, I definitely showed my support and purchased a sweater and some shirts from him too. So yeah, it's a good cause. He go to schools, he talk. He was on the news. He had an interview on Channel 6.
Yeah.
You know, about his progress and what he's doing for the youth. And letting them know don't go down the wrong path like he did, So he's doing great, man. I'm proud of him. So I do everything I can to, to try to support him. So
That's dope, bro. That's dope.
yes, sir.
So as I was mentioning football, like I said, I don't usually talk to people about current events because a lot of times you never know when this joint is going to drop. It might be that week, might be a couple weeks later. But I know this joint is dropping this week, and your Pittsburgh Steelers have lost their last two games. Your thoughts?
Man, we in trouble.
Amen.
We are in trouble.
Amen. I appreciate you saying that. Go ahead.
The injuries caught up with us, for one thing, on defense, because now we can't really. Our linebackers are like our weakest. Like it used to be our strongest position. Mm-hmm. Now it's our weakest position with the injuries. We getting Hayden back, which is going to be good, but we can't. The backups we have is not. Losing Bud Dupree was big.
Absolutely.
It was real big. It was like, and Hightower that replaced him he just can't live, he can't step up. And he got hurt. And then we just stuck on like throwing the ball all the time. And when we run out of shotgun. It's like you're not fooling nobody. Nobody's scared of our run game. They're gonna just rush their regular people, and they know we want to throw. And Buffalo figured something out. They know Ben like to get rid of the ball. What they do? Play up. Yep. That's all you got. That's all people got to do. If you know the ball coming out in 2.3 seconds, you gonna play up. That's how he got that pick six. So yeah, we're in trouble.
Absolutely. I noticed that. What was the last game y'all won? Oh shoot. Was it
Cowboys?
I don't think it was the Cowboys game. Maybe it was before that. But I forgot who y'all were playing. But I mean, clearly everybody can tell that the running game is struggling. Plus Connor's been hurt, and then he comes back, and then he's hurt again, and he comes back. But the running game is just not there. It's not prevalent at all. But Ben was getting that joint, and he was letting that joint go like bang, bang. So the short passing game is basically the running game. But right. All you do, that's like not having a passing game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The short passing game. So I get it. I'm not gonna say I saw this coming, but I will say I did not. And like you mentioned, the injuries out there. I will say that I wasn't 100% sold on the defense. I was like, defense is good. Like, don't get me wrong, but I didn't think it was elite. And now with the injuries, just a couple of injuries, you can see the chinks in the armor, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that I think our defense, when everyone's healthy, I think it's elite. I think our defense is elite when everyone's healthy. We don't bend and we don't break. I think the pressure from Bud and Watt and Cam is enough. It helps. And then our DB is not Nelson's solid. We may give up a couple plays now and then, but Minka back there. But when you don't have Bud and you don't have Hayden, like we don't have Bush. Now we don't have Spillane. And then you bring in these other corners. Sutton's decent, to be honest with you. I like him better. Actually, I like him better than I like Hayden.
Oh,
but
yeah?
Hayden, yeah, I do. But Hayden's experience kind of put him over the edge. So I think I knew we was gonna lose the Buffalo game like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw that joke.
Yeah, and we gonna lose Indianapolis too.
Yeah, I 100% agree. 100%. It's going to end up coming down to Cleveland in that last week, because if Cleveland can win out, y'all can both be what are y'all 12? Y'all both gonna be 12-3. Yeah, because Cleveland's 9-3 going into. Well, see, we're recording this before the Baltimore-Cleveland game takes place, so I'm gonna say Cleveland gonna win this game tonight, and they're gonna be 10-3. Y'all gonna be 11-2. Y'all lose to the Colts. They went out, and then y'all play in that last joint Oh, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna win that game though. we gonna, we gonna be a little. I think Spillane's gonna be back. Hayden's gonna be. Well, Hayden's probably gonna come back next week. He just in concussion protocol. And I think Tomlin gonna. We gonna. When the pressure's on, we win. Like in situations like that, if it's not playoffs. But I'm just worried about playoffs, who our first matchup is, because we can be one and done easily.
I can respect it. See, you can't respect everybody's opinion on their team. And I know this as a fact because, well, we all probably know this that like sports because you talk to people who like a team and they can't see past their team.
Right.
And just told you the possibilities, and he is 100% correct. They could lose in the first game. It is very possible.
Yep.
So I can respect that opinion. I did mention earlier that we played flag together over the years, man. And we both, well, I retired from playing a couple years ago, and I still miss playing. I miss our team camaraderie because we had a good team, and we also had a fun team. Like we used to have fun on places. We knew nobody was gonna act crazy if we went out of town and end up all of us having an issue. So we had fun as men, as adults, as teammates, and we were able to succeed a little bit. You played a little longer. You actually still play a little bit. What is it? How is it different? I feel like it's different now. I mean, it's different, but I don't want to be the old guy talking about, oh, it ain't the same,
Yeah, it is different. It's much different. I mean, people are much faster. They got all these young guys. They're much faster. I mean, even watching the States when I was working, they got a lot of young guys, but some of them are inexperienced. Like if we would have played in the B, if we would have got our team back, we probably would have been in the championship. To be honest with you, because even though they're fast, and we played against fast people, like who you with, but they didn't have that, they couldn't stop our offense, So I feel the same way about some of these young teams, but yeah, it's changed. I've seen one thing that made me stop playing a little bit is it was a game you was reffing. And I remember I was rushing. I was playing with JT team, and I was rushing, and the quarterback, he tried to run away from me, and I got him. You was like, you can't get away from Kev. I don't know if you remember that game. But then that same game, they switched the quarterback up. So I rushed the quarterback, and he threw it to the wing, some short, quick dude. So he on my side, so now I got to go to the wing. I run over there, and he put a move on me, Sauce. And I'm quick, I'm thinking I'm quick. He put a move on me. By the time I turn around, he already like 5 yards the other way. And I was like, you know what? I think it's time for me to give it up after this season. So I ain't played since.
Wow.
I'm planning on coming back.
I ain't realized that. You can't beat Father Time, but I'm sure that was a one-time thing. I'm sure that was just a one-time thing.
Could have been a fluke.
It could have been a fluke. It could have been. I'm gonna say it was a fluke. Oh man, what else you got on your chest, Kay? I know you got something else you want to get off. Go ahead. I was gonna ask you one more question, but you go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I meant to ask you because we were talking earlier about your son, Lil Kev, who's now Lil Big Kev, because he's bigger than Lil Kev. Is now in college, man. I remember when that dude was like, that should probably make me remember how long we've been playing, because I remember when he was small.
Yeah.
5'4", something like that.
Yep. I used to bring him to the field. We used to be on Ruffin Road, and I was playing in the game, and then the referees, like Micah, stopped the game. Ron Lee stopped the game one time and was like, Kevin, and he pointed, and my son on top of the little electric jank dancing, and I'm like, get down, come over here. Yeah, that boy, Yeah, we've been playing for a long time, right? He was like you said, Rambo 4. Yeah.
Yeah. And now this man's in college, bro.
Yeah. 19.
You getting old.
Yeah, man. Yes, I am. That's why I keep this shade down so you don't see all the grays.
Yeah, I
And
can't.
I'm far back too, so you can't see the gray.
Yo, bro, I can't stop him. I quit. I just said, we're gonna embrace it. Embrace the
Yeah,
gray. Ain't nothing I can do about it. But we're gonna
I'll
keep
do that
that
one
on.
day.
When the hair ain't fresh, or the baldy, I should say, ain't fresh. We got to keep this hat on because
Yep.
we looking crazy. But anyway, you was gonna say something about the book.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, some of y'all will support me. It's on Amazon. Only thing you have to do is look up Stages of a Man in the books category. You'll see the cover. It's a very good book. It's around 50 pages. Here's why I made it like this short. I love writing poetry, but I do not like reading.
Yeah.
So I tried to write it to how I would want a book to be, because if I see a book and it's thick, I just won't. It'll turn me off. I'll be like, oh no, I ain't reading that. So I tried to make it like kind of short for people like me that don't like reading. But if it's short, be like, okay, I'll give this a shot. I can do this. I can, knock this out in a day or two. So
Right.
it's like 50 pages, good material in here. It has a little insert, like a synopsis of what the poem is about. And then it has the poem. So it gives you basically like a man's point of view about something, and then it goes into the poem. So hopefully you guys will, support me. Even if, you don't read, you can support me, you can put it under your table and keep it from wobbling, as my brother said he was going to do. But yeah, I got a lot of pride in this. A lot of sweat up in here. So it's a great accomplishment. So I hope, you support a brother.
Yeah, man, it is a great accomplishment. Again, man, I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you for doing this. And we're definitely gonna drop the information on the IG and in this episode as well on Facebook also, so the people can pick that up. You want to drop your do you have Instagram?
Yeah, I do have Instagram. But I
Or
I
where can they
don't
contact
remember
us?
what my name is on there, to
Well,
be
let's go.
honest. I think it's like Kev Al 76 or something like that.
Let me look
But
it up.
yeah, I think so. I don't, yeah, I'm old, so I don't, you sign up for it and you forget, you be on it so much, you don't really think about your name, what is, sometimes I got to look up my email address to give it to people, but my
Wow.
email is kev_al@icloud.com. So if, I got copies of the book on hand. So if you want, a autographed copy, just email me, and we can meet somewhere, and we can make it happen. Or Facebook, Kev_Al on Facebook. Hit me up there.
And your IG is Kev Al, KEVAL 976. Oh no, yeah, 976.
Okay. That sounds about right.
Hilarious. Hey, bro, I appreciate you taking the time to join me, man. Again, y'all, Stages of a Man by Kevin Allen Sr. Book of poetry, man, from a black man. Check that out. I need y'all to check that out and get that copy. And yeah, and on Amazon, I'm sure we'll drop the information on the episode. All right. Appreciate you, Kev. Y'all know what it is.
Thanks, man.
No
I
doubt.
appreciate the support, and everybody on Facebook, my Facebook friends that, hit the support was on Facebook. It was like outstanding, man. Everybody on there, thank you so much for supporting me and the future support. Even if you didn't buy it and just say congratulations, I appreciate that as well.
No doubt, no doubt. So from Kev, Al, and Source, out here.
Word.